2020. Everybody freaking out about the coronavirus? I could care less. I'm just freaking out on who's gonna win the vacuum battle right now. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be seeing which vacuum is better. The Bissell Featherweight Turbo on the left side and the Hoover Cyclonic corded stick vacuum on the right side. And as you can see, there went the cat with her tail walking by. She's also excited for the versus vacuum video. They're both stick vacuums. They're both stick vacuums and they're both corded. Okay, price. The Bissell Featherweight, $70. The Hoover Cyclonic vacuum is, I picked it up yesterday or the day before. No, I think it was the day before yesterday for $100. Build quality. They're both equally kind of the same in build quality. Let's start with the head. The head on this one feels more cheaper, and the wheels also very cheap, like cheap plastic Chinese wheels. You don't have a metal axle, and this is just plastic. Unlike the Hoover vacuum, the wheels are actually much more better. It's rubberized, and you get a metal axle, and the wheel diameter is also bigger. So as in head quality, the Hoover has a better head quality, but I think the main parts of the units, build quality is about the same. I think they're both pretty decently built. Can they be worse? Yes. Can they be built better? Yes, but they're basically in the medium category. Now the handle quality. Let's start with the Hoover. The Hoover handle quality, it's like a cheap Chinese plastic. It's very cheap. I mean, if you dropped it from a tall height on cement, you could probably crack it. But the Bissell handle, it's more rugged, and this is actual metal, unlike the Hoover, which is plastic. And this is also feels a little bit more solid. So, as in build quality goes for the vacuum constructions, it's a tie. They both have their ups and downs, and they're both equally built decent and different levels of parts at the end of the day. Handle height. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but can you guys see? Yeah, hopefully. I'll put the vacuums all the way back here so you can see. The camera is at the widest angle lens, so it's capturing as much as it's able to. As in handle height, I've noticed that the Hoover handle is about an inch higher, and for somebody that's about 6 foot tall or taller like me, you can never complain about a nice long vacuum handle when you're vacuuming. So as in handle length goes, the Hoover is an inch taller, and the Hoover one gets the point for that category. Cleaning width. So the cleaning head width will do the Bissell. What is it on my spec sheet? Bissell says it's 9.5. You get 9.5 inches of cleaning width. But the Hoover, on the spec sheet, according to Hoover, you get 11 inches. So the Hoover has a wider cleaning width. So again, another point goes for the Hoover. Whew, it's warm in my living room, so I'm sweating a little bit tonight. Bear with me. Cord length. This is where it gets somewhat interesting. So the Bissell is about a 15-foot cord length. You get 15 foot with the cord on the Bissell. But the Hoover Cyclonic, you get 20 foot. Not only do you get an extra 5 foot with the Hoover of a total of 20 foot, the cord quality is also better on the Hoover because I really doubt you guys are going to be able to tell or notice, but I could definitely see from this view that the Hoover electrical gauge cord is a lot more thicker and better quality than a Bissell. So the Hoover scores a point in cord length and another point for a better quality cord. Okay, brush roll shut off. So the brush roll shut off. It's basically the ability to shut off the brush roll. On the Bissell, you basically can't. You turn on the unit and the brush roll just spins. It only shuts off when you turn off the unit fully. But with the Hoover, you could actually shut off the brush roll. You turn on the vacuum cleaner, it has suction. But if you push this trigger all the way down like that, it turns on the brush roll. You put the switch like that, it shuts off the brush roll, but you still have suction. When you bring it all the way top, it shuts off the unit. So the Hoover is the only unit that you can actually turn on or shut off the brush roll. Okay, filters. Both filters are washable, but the Hoover does have a better quality filter. Now keep in mind, both units, they're just standard cheap filters. They're not HEPA filters by any means. And a good quality vacuum will have HEPA filtration. These are just basic filters. Like I said, they're both washable, but the Hoover one is better because the filter is placed in here, but it sits on a rubber silicone gasket, so it prevents dirty air from coming out. And the Bissell, they didn't really bother to seal the unit properly with any gaskets, so dirty air just leaks. And the Hoover filter is about 1 inch thick. The Bissell filter is about a millimeter, like a cheap cloth. So you're getting better filtration off the Hoover. So the Hoover scores another point for filtration. Bissell sells the filter for about $5. Hoover sells the filter for, I think off Amazon you can get 6 for about $10. Dirt cups. So, the dirty cups. The bagless cups. Quality is about the same, but as in the size that they're able to hold, it's a little bit misleading because you think it could hold all of this much of dirt, but the filter sits here, so it can only hold this much amount of dirt, so only half of the tank. Keep in mind it's little, it's like about a cup on the Bissell. And the Hoover is also misleading. You think it could hold this much amount of dirt. Not true, because this is the cyclonic chamber and this is the actual dirt bin area, and this is about a cup too. So they can both basically hold about a standard mug cup size of dirt. So not too much. So the point goes to neither. It's another tie in the dirt department. Okay, let's put this. Okay, what else I want? Dirt cups, incline. Okay, so this is gonna be an incline test. We'll do the Bissell. And what I mean by the incline test is how much the vacuum can incline. Basically when you're vacuuming like underneath your bed before the front nozzle lifts up. So hopefully that's it. So it's able to almost lay pretty flat until the nozzle lifts up, as you can see. So not fully flat, but almost there. So not too bad with the Bissell. And with the Hoover, watch this guy goes down. I used this earlier to vacuum underneath the bed, and I know for a fact it doesn't fully go flat, but I think, as I remember, is as close as the Bissell unit. So, incline before the head lifts up. I think the point will go to the Bissell. It's able to lay down much more flatter before the head pops up. So a rare point for the Bissell. Okay, we're almost done, so I don't know, this video is going to be about 10 minutes, 14 minutes, who knows. Okay, so incline weight. Okay, so this is going to be the weight of the units. Now I don't have exact weights of the units. I don't have a scale on me, but just to simplify it, the Bissell is a lighter unit, maybe by about 2 pounds lighter. So you get a point for the Bissell for being lighter, but keep in mind that it's only lighter because the Hoover it's just a little bit more of a better unit, you know. The handle is longer and bigger, you know. The wheel's also bigger, plus you get a metal axle here. With the Bissell you don't get a metal axle for the wheels. The cord is an extra 5 foot in length, and the cord quality is also much more better and thicker. So although the Hoover is slightly more heavier, it's heavier for good reasons. Warranty. Now this is where it gets pretty good. Warranty. On the Bissell, you get a 1-year warranty, but on the Hoover, as you guessed it, since the Hoover is basically kicking the Bissell's ass, with the Bissell you get a 2-year warranty. So you get an extra year warranty on the Hoover. So 1-year Bissell, 2-year Hoover. So this is $70, this is $100. For an extra $30, I would just recommend to just get the Hoover. I mean, it's a no-brainer. That being said, if you can't afford an extra $30, the Bissell will get the job done, and it's not too bad of a unit. It's a decent vacuum for $70. But if you have $30 more to spend, get the Hoover. 70, 100, you know, I would get the Hoover any day over the Bissell. Let's do a sound test. Yeah, so as I remember, the Bissell is slightly quieter, so I'm sure the Bissell will get the point. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing to point out, with the Bissell head, it's kind of like this. It doesn't lock, so you can't actually use the wheels for transportation. You always have to carry the unit if you want to take it somewhere. I don't know why they didn't make the Bissell a locking head like every other vacuum on earth. But with the Hoover, the head does lock. So you can actually use those nice wheels that the Hoover comes with. So yes, again, another point for the Hoover. So let's do a sound test. So this is the Bissell. Pretty quiet vacuum. I've owned like 30 vacuums in my life at least. I've definitely owned vacuums that were much more louder than this. But yes, I have owned vacuums that have been little bit more quiet than this. That being said, this is a quiet vacuum, so by no means would you need hearing protection to use it. Okay, so let's do the Hoover Cyclonic sound test. So this sound test is gonna be suction only, no brush roll spinning. That's gonna be the first sound test. So this is just suction, no brush roll. Slightly louder than the Bissell by maybe 2 decibels, but still quiet. This is gonna be suction with the brush roll spinning. They're both quiet units. The Hoover is slightly more louder, but by no means is it horrifically much more louder. The Hoover is probably just 4 decibels louder, which is really nothing. But they're both, keep in mind, they're both quiet units for what they are. And trust me, I've owned like 30 vacuums in my life. I know what a loud, annoying vacuum is, and I know what a quiet vacuum is. I think that's it though. I think we went through all the specs and everything. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section underneath the video. Hopefully I reviewed everything. Hopefully I answered any questions you guys may have and went through all the details of both vacuums. Again, 70 bucks Canadian, 100 bucks Canadian. 30 bucks more, spend that extra 30 bucks more and get the Hoover. Now, Hoover does make a cordless version. It's called a Lynx. But the Lynx is double the price of this. It's $200. This is only $100. And the battery for the Lynx is only good for about 20-25 minutes. So you would have to buy a second battery to be able to clean your whole house properly, unless if you're willing to wait 3 hours for the battery to always charge. So for the price of one cordless Hoover Lynx vacuum cleaner with a spare battery, it's going to cost you $300. For the price of that one vacuum cleaner, you could buy 3 of the corded vacuums, the Hoover Cyclonic. In my opinion, just get the corded vacuum for only 100 bucks, and then you have 200 bucks extra in your pocket to spend on anything else you want to spend on. So, yeah. Alright, I think that'll do it. Whew. I've been sweating bullets making this video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, alright, good night.